This heavily armored game crashes into your mobile device with an accurate port, showcasing just what it is tank games are made of. While the visuals and controls by no means match up to its PC counterpart, Blitz still retains the incredibly complex strategic depth of tank warfare and is worth checking out even if you're not a fan of the source material. All that and more to follow. World of Tanks Blitz doesn't disappoint when it comes to the graphical capabilities. They expertly push the mobile system to the limit with just how encompassing both the map design, tanks, and a high number of players while retaining a good frame rate. Most notably, the maps were the most impressive. One would think that they would just jam whatever low effort map they can into this port because hey, it's free, right? That's not the case. Each map felt different and really unique. For example, the desert map contained ruins of a once bustling settlement. Not only makes for great cover, but also shows the range of different combat zones. Another map that brought particular interest is the cliff map. The sheer difference of the highest point of the battleground to the lowest is massive. Such design promotes careful positioning. You only have the one tank to use per match after all. Gun, shell, and general movement sounds are surprisingly poorly done. Your machine gun sounds like a pop gun instead of a death machine. Your shells don't strike fear into the enemies. If it'll hit anything, at most it'll make them laugh. And moving around the map sounds like one of those like Lego remote control vehicle things. It really sucks that you can be pulled into the world so well with the visuals just to be kicked right out the door with poor sound design. Unfortunately, the look of the tanks don't do much to impress either. Every tank has a similar muddy kind of green look with minor differences in body shape. Granted, there isn't a whole lot of creative freedom if you want to stay accurate, but it would have been nice to see something different than the traditional lineup. Okay, so it looks pretty good, but does it even matter? And indeed it does. The way you pilot your tank is actually quite nice. It's a bit floaty and tricky to maneuver at first, but the game helps you go where you need to go and shoot where you need to shoot. Moving has a bit of a snap to either go straight, a hard left, or a hard right. Initially that seems strange, and it definitely would be on the PC, but on a tablet it does just what you need to do without WASD. But what are you going to do with just movement? Plow your hunk of metal into some other guy? Nah. The shooting is super mobile friendly. Generally you have auto targeting that actually moves with the enemy, and it even has a little lead time on it to hit those pesky moving enemies. Stay still, damn it, let me kill you. The cool feature is that when you zoom in and auto target onto an enemy, it'll actually automatically zoom in really far to help you fine tune that aim, as the auto aim is generally just a kind of direction. And of course there is a nifty little red outline of enemies if you have a lock on one. Typical of the genre, you have access to several consumables and a limited amount of ammo count. They can be purchased along with new tanks and new upgrades with currency earned at the end of a battle. There is a significant amount of upgrades and tanks to unlock from several different country lines, bring different tank designs and playstyles. World of Tanks Blitz brings that addictive tank warfare on the go with serviceable graphics and controls and plenty of upgrades and new tanks to keep you busy for quite a while. While it doesn't do anything particularly well and does bring anything unique to the table, at the very least you know exactly what you're getting into. Not to mention how hard it must be to translate such a complex game down into a single screen with some on-screen buttons. It's not great, but it's definitely okay. 6 out of 10. Once again, I have been King Zakri with MMO Play, bringing you a review for World of Tanks Blitz. It's on the iOS and the Android, and it's free to play. It's okay. Check it out. Thanks for watching.